Good evening, YouTube. Welcome again to Paisano's Music and Vinyl Talk. Tonight's video concerns an early Pink Floyd classic, A Saucerful of Secrets. Ooh, sounds deep. This was their second studio album after The Piper at the Gates of Dawn. And this, was another step towards the Pink Floyd post Dark Side of the Moon that became so huge. I mean, we all know Dark Side of the Moon was a turning point for the band and, pretty much rock music as we know it. I mean, it was mammoth seller, stayed on the charts for years, stayed in the Billboard Top 200 for many years. But Pink Floyd was a band that evolved over time. And this was a step in that direction. Syd Barrett, the founding member, guitarist, and pretty much the lead creative force in the band, was out at this point. I mean, all but out. He did have one contribution to this album, the last song on side 2. But David Gilmour took his place, the capable David Gilmour, who would prove to be one of the greatest guitarists in rock history, in my opinion. I mean, just absolutely fantastic, unique, fantastic. And, Waters was doing the bulk of the writing. Roger Waters was doing the bulk of the writing at this point. Rick Wright had a couple of contributions to this album. And, let's take a look at the tracks. Let There Be More Light kicked off this album, and there were hints in that song of the wall. Even I can even hear what would become a wall, the wall, like passages in that, the chorus especially. Remember a Day, a Rick Wright composition that I first heard on Relics. Relics by Pink Floyd was, kind of a greatest hits of early albums, B-sides and such. And Remember a Day was on there. And Relics was actually the first album I ever bought in my life. I bought it around the time that The Wall was popular, around 1980, 1981. And I saw it at the bin, I believe, down the South Shore Plaza, maybe at Strawberries down the South Shore Plaza. And I said, oh, Pink Floyd, thinking The Wall. And I got all these old, these relics, literally relics, from the early days of Pink Floyd. And it gave me an appreciation for pre-Dark Side Pink Floyd, which were much more song-based than album-based, 2 and 3 minute songs, but very creative, very eclectic, very experimental, Set the Controls for the Heart of the Sun. Now, if there was ever an early Pink Floyd classic, that's one of them. That has Roger Waters written all over it, and was part of their show for many years thereafter. Corporal Clegg finishes off side 1. That's a Roger Waters tune. Very interesting track, very little odd concerning the war, World War II. Roger Waters was what you would call obsessed with World War II and post-World War II England. A Saucerful of Secrets kicks off side 2, the title track. And let me tell you something about Rick Wright's organ on this tune. I mean, if you just isolated his organ, you could insert a lot of his organ parts in a British horror movie. I mean, some of the organ work is just downright creepy, Definitely psychedelic. The whole track is 12 or 13 minutes long, very psychedelic. The whole band had a hand in writing this one. Waters, Wright, Mason, and Gilmour. That was followed by Seesaw, another Rick Wright contribution. very, kind of subdued, but definitely on the psychedelic side. And Jug Band Blues, the only contribution by founding member Syd Barrett. It really has nothing to do with the jug band, and it really has nothing to do with blues, but man, is it out there. Yeah, in true Syd Barrett fashion. He went out with a bang, his final contribution to Pink Floyd. This album came out in 1968. It was purchased in the mid-'80s, I would say. It's obviously a reissue on Capitol, EMI Capitol, as a matter of fact. And I believe the original in 1968 came out on EMI. All right. I want to thank you for tuning in. Please like and subscribe. I would appreciate it very much. And I'm hoping you're enjoying our discussions here. Who knows what next week's video will bring. Hopefully something that will interest you and that you'll enjoy. All right, bye for now, YouTube. Thanks for watching.